In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can go from text to viral videos of yourself. So you can get images that look exactly like you in any style you want. They'll be animated into videos. You've probably seen many examples of celebrities or characters who have literally got their photos that are then turned into videos and they are crushing it. The example I've got here is something that I saw with the Stoic meme, which is what I'm going to show you in this video to turn me into a Stoic thing. And we're going to have Instagram captions and it will be posted directly onto Instagram, or you can download the video and do exactly what you want with it with, I might add, full captions as well, both on the screen and also in the captions on Instagram. You may remember from your videos before, I showed you how you can generate photorealistic AI images of yourself. And in this video, we're gonna take it a step further by grabbing it and then turning it into a video that you can do literally whatever you want to. And if you're wondering, I'm in a hotel room in Los Angeles. We just did a meetup with the community and I cannot wait to go into this video because this one, guys, is literally insane. Now, as you may know, my name is Jack. My YouTube channel and my school community all about three things. We're about the latest AI. We are about incredible automations, but most importantly, we are about the stuff that actually works. So if you haven't already, maybe grab this right now, grab that coffee, and let's dive straight in. And as always, all the blueprints, the agents, the guides for the entire automation are available in the community. So all you have to do is come down, click on import blueprint, select the JSON file, upload it, click save, and entire automation will populate it for you automatically. But guys, what I'm going to show for you here is we're going to build it together now, step by step. I'm going to briefly explain how this works, and then we're going to build it directly. So it's basically got, think of it as 4 parts, okay? Part 1 is this part here, which is going to grab the quotes. Now, you could do this for many things. So, for example, you want to have like quotes that you say in a podcast, or maybe Stoic quotes, which is exactly what I did in this. So I've got 50 Stoic quotes with captions. I've got 50 Instagram quotes. We'll get quotes. We're going to rebuild this again together. And in this one, I want to kind of get that Stoic quote, but I didn't just want to have some random Greek statue. I wanted to build it with me in it, that had like a photo of me in a really specific monochromatic style. And I'll show you how you can get it in any style you want, any dimensions you want, by the way. It's literally ridiculous. And what I wanted to do was have the quote on the page, and then in addition to that, I wanted to have a unique caption. So we start off here by grabbing the quotes from Airtable, and then we create this cool prompt. This then creates a unique image of us, and we've trained this LoRA on our own images. And if you haven't seen that bit, I recommend you come over to this video here. I'll put a link in the description, and I'll put a timestamp. And what I'd like you to do is just go and follow this process here. I'll wait for you. We go ahead and do that. And once you've done that, you'll be able to continue with this video. It's dead straightforward and it'll blow your mind. But it also isn't necessary for this video to train images on yourself. Maybe you want to do a specific character style. It can do anything. I'm just showing you with using an image yourself because I think it's really cool. But you can substitute it for anything. And if you don't want to do images of yourself, we can just use a random LoRA. So we create the image, we download it. Once that's done, then we go ahead and we create the video using this like Luma API. And then when that's finished, we're going to download it. And then in Placid, we combine the video with the captions, and then we can either post it directly to Instagram, or you can download it into an Airtable or get like a Slack message or whatever you want to, so you can add your own viral music. So for argument's sake, let's say we want to do 50 Stoic quotes. Just for this one, I could say, hey, create me 50 Stoic quotes with an author. And we'll just say, hey, maximum, I don't know, maybe like 80 characters, like that. And we'll let GPT-01 Mini do that. And then once we've done that, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to number them. And on top of that, we're then going to go ahead and we're going to get an Instagram caption. Actually, that's quite short. Let's just say, make it, I don't know, 140 characters. Boom. Awesome. And then what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to shift over to the school community. I'm going to come down to Classroom. I'm going to Every AI Automation. I'm going to come down to Instagram Agent. I'm just going to grab this just so it can create some really good posts. So this was training on a lot of the stuff that goes viral on Instagram, like how I do the hashtags with the CTAs and the engagement. And what I'm going to do once we've got these things here, cool. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to say, hey, create a table with 3 columns. 1 is number, 2 is quote, and then 3 is going to be an Instagram caption. A short Instagram caption, or it can be any length we want to really, but we'll say a short Instagram caption in line with the below prompt. Okay, and then we say the prompt like so. We come back over, and guys, do you know what's really cool about this is you can do it like you could do as a podcast. Let's say you're on a podcast for ages, and you said, you know, I want to give a little bit of vibe and flair because we know that reels do perform better than static images, which is why people like Alex Hormozi, we're actually going to go to the mastermind this week. To Middle School Games when it's there, they do reels because they just get higher engagement and watch time, and it's just ridiculous. So instead of just having you static with black background, we can now actually have you moving in any scenario you want to. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous. This is text to video of you, which is like insane. We're now like automating videos of you. How absolutely crazy is that? So like, we got these 50. That's really sweet. We're gonna copy all these like so. Beautiful. And then all we would do, guys, is we'd come over to Airtable. So I'll just create a brand new Airtable. Beautiful. Head over to airtable.com. Let's load this bad boy up. I'm really impressed with the Wi-Fi connection we've got, actually, built from scratch. We'll call this one Stoic Build Together. And what should we get emoji-wise? I think stone. Do you know what I mean? That stone emoji, which is one of the go-to emojis, actually. Okay, so we've now named it. Beautiful. Now what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to come here, going to Control V, paste it all into Airtable. Phenomenal. And we'll call this one number. And we'll call this one Stoic Quote. And then we'll call this one Instagram caption. Like so. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, great. Now what do we do, guys? We're going to get an incremental function and we're going to create our new scenario. So let's go over here and we'll call this one here. We'll call this one Viral Together. All right, guys. So now we've got the quotes in our cool Instagram database over here, okay? What we basically want to do is, if you want to post this directly to Instagram, then what we would basically want to do is have an incremental function. Now, what does that look like? So let's say that we want to run this once, and then in the scenario 1 that we do, we post this one. Then the scenario 2, we do this one. The scenario 3, we do that one, and so on and so on and so forth. So for every quote that we've got, whether it's like we generated it with ChatGPT, or we extracted it from a podcast and we've got videos on that on the channel and in the community, it will slowly post one at a cadence of like one a day or one every 3 days. We know Instagram, you don't want to post more than twice a day. And then this will give you 50 days, 100 days worth of content with unique videos of you, which I think is pretty epic. So what does that look like? Number one we want to do here is we come down, okay, and we click on tools. I'm going to go for increment function like so, and then just reset value never. Now when I run this, this will give us an output of 1. And if I run it again, it should give us, we know what comes after 1, right? It's number 2. Cool. All right, so on and so forth. And that will then correspond with our Airtable. And then we're going to come here, come down to Airtable. I'm going to go for search records. And then all we do with this one, guys, is we just choose the same base that we had. Now, if you don't see this, let's see what we called this one. We called this one Stoic Build Together. It's a simple connection, opens a new tab, you connect it, and then you're going to be ready to go. All right, incredible. Table is going to be table 1. You can leave view as it is. I'm going to select all the output fields. And then for the formula, guys, I want you to put this one here, which is curly brackets, number curly brackets equals, and then we just select the thing from tool increment, okay? And the limit, we're just going to put that as 1. So let's run this whole scenario together. Here we go. And what this will do, guys, is this is giving us output 3. Then if I check this, this is only going to pull down 3. So that formula says, look, only pull it down if that is number 3. Now look, this one here says peace comes from within your soul. Epictetus. Pretty cool. I like that. That's a good thing to look at. And then we got this one here, which is peace comes with yourself. Epictetus. So that's how we kind of make sure it goes one by one all the way down the chain, which I think is pretty cool. So now we've got the Airtable, now we've got the tools. What do we do next? Well, the next thing we want to do is we want to get, could be Claude, could be ChatGPT. I'm going to play with Claude in this one, I think. I'm going to create a prompt. Oh, of course, it could be anything you like. Max tokens, let's do 4,000. Message, role is going to be user, like so. Come down, content type is going to be text. Beautiful. And then we've got a prompt that we're going to give it, okay? Now, for me, now this is the bit where really, think of this as like what I do is Lego, okay? You basically build whatever structure you want to. The purpose that I've gone with here is just a Stoic quote. So what you want to do here is you want to create the perfect image, and I'd encourage you to play around with what style you want for your own particular thing, which is why this is so epic, because here's the thing, not many people are going to watch this, and even the ones that do, even if 20,000 people do, like you're all going to have a unique different way of doing it, so you're going to have incredibly unique content. Now if you look what I've got here, right, I'm asking it to generate a JSON object based on the following Stoic quote. Now at this point, guys, if you haven't trained your own, basically your own AI model on your images, and you want to do that, head over to this video and watch it. If you don't want to do that, don't worry about it. We can just generate random images. I just think it's really cool and unique to do that, and it is killing it at the moment, and people can't believe it. You could even do this for famous people if you wanted to, right? I mean, how cool would that be? I mean, it's pretty outrageous. So we come back over to our scenario. Now let's check out what our prompt is. Okay. Do not include any additional information, explanations, or text outside the JSON structure. That's because we need JSON to activate the creation of our images. So you must keep everything else the same and create some of the prompt for prompt clothing background. So I've said and we're going to give it a Stoic quote. So this is what you're going to give it from Airtable. So I've just come over here so you can get a good look at it. Okay, let's shut this one down. I'm giving it variably. What I'm asking it to do is create a video based on the quote from Airtable. That's why every video is going to be completely unique. Now, what I recommend that you do is have like what I'd call your core prompt, which is write out what would get you what you want, and then add variable elements within that prompt. So for example, the version here, the input, the prompt, blah, blah, blah. Again, I'll put all this down below. You can just copy and paste this so you can just run with it. A Stoic image of Jack facing the camera creates a monochromatic epic Stoic scene featuring Jack. So that is something I want every video to look like, every image to look like. Then I'm going to say, look, well, you specify the setting, you specify the clothing, you specify the posture, and you specify the background so that we'll get unique elements for all of those things. The overall mood is powerful, yet contemplative with deep shadows and a strong play of light, blah, blah, blah. And then you've got this HF Laura's, which is this thing here. Now, if you're doing your own one, basically what that'll be is on your Hugging Face. I come over to Hugging Face like so, and we have a quick look. And let's go over to our own beautiful, let's have a look, where is it now? I think it's on this part here. There you go, Jack Beast Mode Laura. So be on models, be huggingface.co, your whole profile, you copy that. And all you would do, guys, is you come over here and you basically just substitute out your Laura like that. And it will just then do your images instead of my images or whatever images you want. It's beautiful like that. And if you don't do that, there'll be different code, which I'll also put down below that you can just use for creating generic, high quality Flux 1.1, which by the way, guys, very quick tangent, but I have to show you this, okay? I think it's Flux Pro Art. It is insane. Like the level we're getting at with it. I mean, look at this, guys. Imagine turning this into videos with text on it, with captions on it. Like, this is outrageous. Like, this is literally insane. This just give you some inspiration about the kind of things that you can do. Like, the fact we're at text to video at the level we're at. I mean, imagine you had a Marvel page and you were doing Venom and like lore and you stacked them together. And the other thing we can do, and if you want to video it, let me know, we can weave all these together so you can get 20, 30, 50, 60 seconds. We can do GIFs. We can do whatever literally you want. Let me know down below what you want and I'll build it for you, okay? So we go down here, number of outputs, aspect ratio is 9:16 because we're doing vertical content for Instagram, PNG, output quality, blah, blah, blah. Now, here's the other thing, guys. Number of outputs. You can, if you wish, to specify 4 outputs for the image, and then we can select the images we want and then display it. I've done videos like that before on the channel where I show you how you create a dice kind of system where you can also re-roll it. Just for simplicity, I'm just picking one here and we're going to roll with that one. But if you want full videos on how to do that, let me know that down below. But that's something we can do. And then we summarize some key points like no additional text, the response should contain only the JSON object, blah, blah, blah. And then guys, crucially, example output. This is an example of what I want in full. All looks like, and there's some notes about be precise, be blah, 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 all that beautiful stuff. So I come back over to our new scenario and I'm gonna paste in the text like so, except for this time, let's just give it the Stoic caption quote that we've got here. Come over here, get rid of that, come down, and where's our Stoic quote? Beautiful, okay? And then we're gonna click okay, ace. All right, so we're gonna call this one here. We'll call this one Flux Prompt Generator, which sounds really futuristic, doesn't it, actually? Sounds very futuristic. A little fire emoji. Beautiful. Okay, so then what do we need to do next? Well, the next thing we want to do is we're going to make a request from Flux. Now, where are we doing that? Of course, guys, we're doing this over on replicate.com. Now, replicate.com is just a great place that enables us to get API access to all these cool things. We can see on our dashboard, again, if you want, whether you want to do your own, particular thing or you want to use this, it's really straightforward to do. So you can click on these images and have a quick look at everything it's designed. It only exists for like a day or so you have to use it pretty quickly. So what we're doing is we're using this API. So let's get back over now, and you don't need to worry about the specifics. Let's just grab the thing that we need. So we've got create an image. So let's have a look what we've got. Beautiful. Okay, so to do this, all we do is we're gonna come up here. I'm gonna move this up so we know exactly the difference. HTTP, we're gonna go make a request like so. This one, instead of post, it's gonna be, so instead of get, it's gonna be post. For the URL, we're gonna put in this one here, which is apireplicate.com, v1 predictions. Let's go down. And for headers, guys, the only header we need for this really is just your API key, which in my case, we'll just grab. So you put an authorization in the header and then the value, which is the API key. And then guys, come down, body type's gonna be raw, content type is gonna be JSON application, and then the request content is just gonna be the output from the Flux prompt generator. I'm gonna never get tired of saying that. I think that's great. Why is it just the output of that? Because this is actually creating it for us in JSON. So we're gonna call this one here, we'll call this one image generator, okay? Let's go image generator. And what would be a cool image for that? Let's go for like, I don't know, maybe a celebratory emoji. I like that. Cool. And then what we'll do, guys, let's just run the whole thing once together. So let's come over. Incremental function will give us a number. That's given us what the number 4. We've grabbed number 4. The Flux prompt generator then is then creating a unique prompt for us to generate that image. And now it's sent it straight over. So look, if I come over now to our dashboard, check this out, guys. If I refresh replicate, it's now running. And when that's complete, we should see this image that we designed of me in that particular style, which I think is gonna be pretty cool. Guys, and just like that, 11.1 seconds and we're in. So let's check out what it looks like. All right, man, that's pretty intense image, man. I'm in the hills, I'm ready for battle, and it is ready for brawl. So we get this cool image in the exact same style, which is pretty sick. And what do we do, guys? We come back over then, and the next thing we wanna do then is to download that image and bring it back into our scenario. So we're gonna click here. We're gonna click on, first of all, what we wanna do, guys, is we need to add a sleep module, okay? So come down for sleep, and we want to add like, I don't know, let's just give it 45 seconds to be safe, but if you run this automatically, just make it, you may as well make it like a few minutes because it doesn't make a difference for you. And now that just gives it time to create the image. Now, if you create 4 images, you can look through. Sometimes it will be hit and miss. Sometimes you see one that's like, oh, that's amazing, and others will be, what's it? With 4, you'll always find a great one. But to be honest with you, the quality and the consistency is getting a lot better with this sort of stuff, and it's very cool. So look, we've got tools. The next thing we need to do is grab it. So to grab it, guys, all I want you to do is come over. I want you to clone this, okay? I want you to bring it over here. Instead of image generator, we're gonna call it download image. Oops, oh my goodness. Maker's misbehaving today. I don't know if it's because I'm in LA or what's going on, but Maker's not having a great time today. Okay, so download. Dude, I will say it's cool to be in LA because the sunshine, man, we don't get temperatures like this in the UK at the moment, I'll be honest with you. It's quite a funny one. Right, come down, download image. Cool, all right, sweet. So what do we do? All we then do now, guys, is we click on it. Instead of post, I want you to put get. And crucially, guys, on the image generator, just make sure that you click on this, pass the response. Otherwise, you may struggle a little bit. Now, what do we do? We're gonna come here, we're gonna copy this, we're gonna clone it, and I want you to bring it over here, okay? We're gonna clone it here, we're gonna right click on it, we're gonna call this one image downloader, like so. Beautiful. Let's give it a nice, maybe down for download. What do you think? Okay, I like that. Click on image downloader. And then in the URL, guys, what I want you to put is to come down and find image generator. We're gonna look at import. Where is it now? I believe it's down here, URLs, and I'm gonna put the get, okay? Values the same, authorization the same, and instead of post, it is going to be get. Then at the bottom, guys, just get rid of this request content, pass response is okay, then click okay. And beautiful. So now we've got the quotes, we've downloaded it into the scenario, we've created an incredible prompt that's exactly in line with what we want. And once we've done that, guys, we've generated the image, we've downloaded the image. Now the next thing we want to do is turn that image into a really cool video. So how do we actually do that? Well, for this, you need to head over to something called Luma Labs Dream Machine. And I love this website, by the way. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. What a phenomenal website this is. So what you're gonna do, guys, you're gonna click on start building the top right hand side. You're gonna have your API keys. Now, create and grab an API key. This is so simple, it's literally ridiculous. So create an API key, grab it, and then we need to come back over to the scenario. Now, in the scenario here, let's have a quick look. This create a video, what do we need to have in there? So for this one, guys, once again, we're gonna add a new module. It's gonna be HTTP, as you may remember, and it's gonna be make a request. Let's have a look, make request, come down. Now for URL, guys, we're gonna put this one here, which is Luma Labs AI Dream Machine V1 generations. And the method is going to be post. We want 2 headers. The first one is gonna be accept, and this is going to be application/JSON. And the next header is going to be your API key, so it's authorization, and then, guys, it's bearer, and then basically your API key. So it's bearer space your API key. Okay, that's how that works. And I'm going to come down, add a header. This is going to be content type, and the value will be application/JSON. Now for the bearer, I'm just going to quickly grab my API key over here. Now body type is going to be raw, content type is going to be JSON. And then for request content, guys, you want to write something like this. Now, if you're in the community uploading this, it'll all be pre-populated, so you can just substitute the bits. Basically, we're going to give it a prompt. Now, the bits that I played along with it, like, I think the best way for this is, since it's not, well, for the stoic thing, I didn't want the guy, like, you know, doing all this crazy stuff. I wanted some movement, but I wanted really the movement to be centered in the background. So in the prompt, I said, look, I want a person standing still and centered in the foreground, remaining completely motionless, whilst the background smoothly animates with dynamic and varying movement. So basically, play around with this, have a little fun with it, see what you like, and find what works best for you. We specified type as image. By the way, if you just want to create a video directly from text, you can do that. The only reason we've added the image creation, image downloader is because we want an image of us. We want a video of us, right? Text to video of us, which is so cool. That's why we've done this. If you don't want that, it's a slightly shorter, slightly different prompt, but because we're gonna give it an image, we say, hey, here's the image, turn it into a video, please and thank you very much. Now the URL, what do? We're gonna get rid of that little guy, and we're gonna put it in with the image downloader, which we haven't got yet. Okay, so what do we do then in that case? I'm just gonna put test very quickly. Aspect ratio is really key. Parse response, yes. We're gonna come down, we're gonna click OK. Then I'm gonna unlink this real quick. All right, and I'm gonna run the scenario ones. The reason I'm running the scenario ones is just so we can get the actual text from the image downloader that we can then force into the HTTP. Now guys, the application is pretty sick. I mean, most people don't even on this planet don't know the fact that you can create an image of yourself, let alone the fact we can do videos. And the ones I've seen are absolutely crushing it. And it just helps you stand out so much more, I think, having that really cool thing. But you know, image generation, video generation is one thing. We can do things like GIFs. We can do literally whatever we like. Cool, so now I've run this one here at the end. Let's go down to data and see what we've got. And there should be a beautiful output image for us. So let's have a quick look at this one. Let's get rid of this guy, have a quick look. There we go, bro. I'm out there. I'm jacked. I'm having a good time. And isn't it just really cool, by the way, how it really hits that stoic thing? So I'm curious to see how it's going to turn this into an image. I love the watch, by the way. This is really good inspiration to get the watch sorted out. My goodness. All right, cool. Then we're going to link these guys together. Now, I'm just going to clone this. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's like it won't pull through the data automatically sometimes. So we're going to click on it and click right click on rename. We'll call this one video generation, and for that there should be maybe stars in the eyes to represent how epic this whole thing is, like so. Incredible. Click on video generation. And video generation, guys, we're going to come down. We've got a URL, so we get rid of this guy. We're going to come over, and it is going to be, let's have a look. I think it's URL. No, it's not. It's output. I think it's just this here, like that. Perfect. Then, guys, we'll come down, and we're going to click. Okay, beautiful. Now, guys, before we send over the request to create the video, sometimes the output from this image downloader can come with loads of crazy different characters and things. So what we want to do is to set some variables just to keep it crisp, clear, and sharp. So you're going to come down to tools. I want you to come on to set multiple variables. I want you to add it here, okay? I want you to click on the set multiple variables, add item, and here the variable value, I'm going to come down, and we're going to enter this code. And I'll put it down in the description so you can grab it. And here, guys, this data output is literally going to come down, data, and you're just clicking this here. Click this output button right there, and it's done. Variable name, we're just going to call this one something like, I don't know, image URL. Now, the only reason we need to do this is sometimes it gets quirky, sometimes it gets better at place, and likes to do some crazy, wacky stuff. So we'll come down here, we'll link these together, and we're just going to run these through as a sequence because we brought this all the way over, which you can do, by the way. You can see if you just want to check out certain things. That's good, that's locked in. But of course, before we do that, we need to come down to video generation. We need to come down, and in the URL section, we just type in image URL, and then we click OK. Now let's run this scenario together. And just like that, guys, the video generation has been complete, which I think is pretty epic. Now, this is going to be building in the background, and as you can see, we've got data, and we should have an ID. Perfect. That ID, we're now going to go ahead and grab. So what we want to do next is we want to add it in another sleep module. Let's connect these together. Let's duplicate this guy, bring him in. Now, the reason we're adding in a sleep module, guys, is we just need to give it time to generate the video, and then we're going to go ahead, download it, and grab it. So look, I come back over, and we've got this downloaded video. So let me show you exactly what that looks like. And then we've got 2 steps, and then we're basically done, all right? We've got the URL. We basically then just substitute it out for the unique ID that we get from the created video. So let me show you exactly what that looks like. Let's copy this guy over and show you. Brilliant, to come down here. We're gonna go on HTTP. Now we're gonna go and make a request, which is right here. Beautiful. Method is going to be get. The URL is gonna be Luma Labs AI Dream Machine V1 generations. And then we need to give it a unique ID, which you can see has been generated. I can show you pulse number left right now from that. And that basically said, go and grab that particular ID that we just created like that. Perfect. Right, we just renamed this one download video. And guys, just like before, I had exactly the same headers in terms of application, your API key, and also the content type and name. Body type is raw, content type is JSON, parse response yes, then we click OK. So we can actually see the video now. If I come here, for example, let me grab, where is the ID? If I come down, just to check this is working, I'm going to copy this ID, come down. Let's set the sleep module just to 4 seconds, all right? Come down here. Now, let me unlink these and we'll test these together. Let's grab the start button and bring that over. Beautiful. Now, check this out, guys. I'm going to run this one once. That is absolutely fine. In fact, what I'm going to do is going to come here. I'm just going to enter that in like so. All right, sweet. And then we can just pretty much bring this over. Let me unlink. Okay, beautiful. Let's bring him over. We come down. Let's run this one once. Beautiful. It says that it's got it. Let's have a quick look at what it's done. Query string. There we go. Let's have a look. Let's hit data, cookies, headers. Let's scroll down and find what we've got. Assets. There's a video. So let's copy this link and see what we're dealing with. I'm going to come over here. Then I'll load it up, and here we go, guys. It's added motion to the video. Now, I've said to keep me quite still and keep everything in the background, so it's added very little animation, but we can ramp that up and change the prompt when we go through the whole system in the final video. But this is really cool, actually. I think this is dope. So we could ask him, you can see my hand like moving across in the shadow going. Dude, this is sick. So we've actually now gone from text to video of you, which I think is pretty cool. We could have you like drinking a beer. We could have you doing anything that you want to. So I'd probably up the animation actually now looking at this stuff, but that is pretty flipping phenomenal. Now what do we do? Let's bring this all the way back over so we can start at the beginning of the scenario, connect the sleep. I'd say we'll give this one a delay of, let's give this one a delay of 75 seconds. Beautiful. And then guys, finally, what we want to do next is add this to Placid, okay? So to do that, we're going to head over to placid.com. Let's go check that out right now. So head over to placid.app and click on Get Started for Free or create your own account, which is pretty cool. And then we're going to log in, which is going to be pretty phenomenal. Now, what Placid will enable us to do is create a template, okay? So you can add a new project, add an existing one. This is just one that I made earlier. It's very straightforward. You're going to absolutely love this, okay? I'm going to come down. Here we go. So on this page, guys, let's create a new template together. It's going to come down here and let's click on this one here. We've got all these different beautiful sizes and things. So let's go down and let's get a unique one. So I'm going to come down to story, which is in the dimensions we want, which is 1080 by 1920. I'm going to click on a random one. I'm going to click on create. And this will start loading up something cool for us, which is great, which is what we like to see. Now, basically, this is so cool because you can actually create text and specify multiple elements of text. So I could have the quote at the top. I could have a secondary quote down below. I could have anything I want to, okay? So let's just say, for example, I want to get rid of everything like so. This will be our quote, which we can put whatever we want to. So why not have it, let's centralize this on the right-hand side. Let's put this in the middle. Let's change the, and again, you can go crazy with this. I'm just showing you as a for instance. Let's do Montserrat bold. Beautiful. Let's give it a border. Let's make that border black. And then let's make the actual color of the text white. Okay, and upper text, no, let's just have like no transformation, so just give it to me as it is. And maybe want to increase the size a little bit. Let's make the size like 55 pixels. Okay, cool. And then let's say we want it at the top. But again, you play around with this as you want to and have a little bit of fun, which is sweet. So to come down on the left-hand side to add a picture layer, and again, just shape this up as you would like to. Let's come down. We can set the size. So size is going to be 1080 by 1920, which is perfect. And then we'll just overlay that wonderfully. Put it underneath the text. Let's call this one build together stoic. Then click OK. Beautiful. I think that's great. And then what do we do, guys? We come down. And again, you could do as many different text elements or image elements as you want to, and you can see the possibilities of how we customize that. I then click save. Okay, build together stoic. Great. Now let's head back over then to our scenario. We're going to add a button here. Come up. We're going to type in the beautiful Placid like so. Going to click on create a video from a template. Add a new Placid connection. You come back to the homepage on Placid, guys. Come down to API tokens. You'll see a private token down here at the bottom. We're going to go ahead and copy that. And then we enter the API token here. And if I select, for example, romantic, for instance, I come down, I've got video URL. I can come down and let's think it is this one, I believe. Cool. And then text layer, we come down and let's have a look at the text. Now the text itself is going to be all the way from Airtable. So I believe that is going to be the stoic quote that we want. Then we're going to click okay, beautiful. And then after that, guys, we can, if we wish, just post it to Instagram, or you can then add this back onto Airtable by adding a router. It's basically our preference, but just for argument's sake, let's say I want to post that onto Instagram, and I'll say Instagram for business. I would then say create a reel post, both reel and REEL, which is pretty cool. Video URL is then simply going to be the video output URL from Placid, which I think is pretty cool. We scroll down. Caption is going to be all the way down at the bottom from, let's have a look. It is the Instagram caption. Cover frame, don't worry about. Location ID, don't worry about. Come back, click here, okay. Now we're going to save this. Now let's run this one all the way through. Now Placid wants one more thing from us. What does it want? Let's have a look. I think it's fine. I think it's just getting a little bit dramatic for no reason at all. We're going to come back over. Let's run the scenario and see the entire output together. Beautiful. So we've done that. Flux prompt generator's done it. We've now created an image. This is now going to sleep. And when it's ready, we're going to grab the image and then we're going to be exactly ready to go. Now bear in mind, I would set this to run. Let's say you do a post a day or every other day, you just set the cadence down here and one by one, it will keep on working its way down the list and basically just posting it as you go. It is literally that crazy. Phenomenal. So now the video has been generated and it's been downloaded. Placid's now adding text to it, which I think is pretty cool. And then if I check out the actual video, we've got me, we've got the text above my head, we've got some movement in the background. And guys, I hope you can see the applications of how crazy this is. Now we can move the text, we could make it shorter, we can make it bigger, we can put it down below, we can make it more animated. This one's a very simple one. You could be doing dance moves, whatever you like. But in any case, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Sending a lot of love and automation from LA, and I'll see you in the next one.